side of the laundry room. Unfortunately, this is my birthday weekend, and I kind of ran out of time to do my Monstrous Monday post. So, I thought what better way, while I had my compadre here, was to let's do one real quick. Little round table on some of your favorite 80s creature features.
Well, you know, your busyness is my gain, so I actually get to do something with Monstrous Mondays, which I've become a big fan of. I look forward to it, you know what I mean? Particularly like the D&D ones, but that's for obvious reasons. But anyway, the subject matter at hand, 80s creature, you know, 80s creature features were kind of cool because we got probably, I think, one of the best creature films of the 80s, which was Critters.
Oh, definitely.
I love that film. Young Scott Grimes, who's now in the Orville, for the record.
Yes.
You know, but that was a great movie. It was everything about the 80s in one movie.
Yes.
You know, you had the rock star, bounty hunter guy. You had the small little critters that rolled around in balls. You know,
and then they got big.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. You know, so that was that. There is truly probably one of the finest.
Yes.
You know,
because firstly, it didn't take itself too seriously.
No, not at all.
It was very tongue in cheek. It knew what it was and it embraced it.
Absolutely.
And that to me is some of the best.
I agree.
Of the 80s movies in general.
And Critters 2 was good. You know what I mean? These were, you know, for what they were, and then no budget, you know.
And they built their own mythos.
They did. And did a good job doing it, by the way. Yeah.
Yes. It's probably because you had comic book dorks that were like infused in the underground of Hollywood
Absolutely.
at times. Because things did get a little bit more grandiose in its backstories and things.
Yeah, I agree.
One of my favorites of all time, and it's a movie that its popularity kind of ebbs and flows when people talk about it, but Night of the Creeps. That's another movie that did not take itself too seriously at all.
Okay. You're going to have to help me with this because I'm drawing a complete and utter blank on this.
When the movie actually starts, it's set in the 50s.
Okay.
Lover's Lane kind of thing. The aliens come. The dude that gets infected with them, they're these little worm things, the creeps.
Okay. Okay.
And for whatever reason, forgive me for forgetting, from the 50s to the 80s, his body gets is frozen. The government freezes it because they don't know anything about these aliens.
Okay.
Due to some fuck up or whatever, the installation that used to have him is a college. The power goes out. He wakes up, zombie, and he falls apart and breaks apart into thousands of these critters.
Okay.
And they attack this small town. And the cop that was there in the 50s, who was a rookie, his first day on the job, is now getting ready to retire.
He's the seasoned veteran.
Grizzly.
Right,
you know, when shit breaks down, he's grabbing a shotgun like, let's fucking do this.
Let's do this, right. Okay.
You know.
Okay. All right. I'm glad you actually said that because, like I said, I'm not familiar with this. So this is kind of, you know.
Yeah, but
I might
like
have
I said,
to dig around and find this.
You know, like 1 minute everyone's like, it's a fucking crime that this isn't on DVD, and then it comes out on DVD and you never fucking hear about it for a while. It's a crime this isn't on Blu-ray, so they put it on Blu-ray and then you don't hear anything about it for a little while.
Okay.
But, I mean, I remember it being a Saturday afternoon creature feature where we were exposed to some of the weirdest fucking movies.
We were.
Like The Stuff. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yes. What, The Stuff? The Blob.
What was that one? The Pit? Where it was a creature lived in a pit and a nasty little fucking boy, you know, like they always make theirs, kids would lure people out to the woods to this pit and feed them to these things.
Okay. I do recall that, actually. I do.
Yeah, like that was one of those type of movies.
Oh, ugh. Well, hey, okay, we're going to talk about creature features, and this thing was ahead of its time, if you think about it. And it had a very young Julia Louis-Dreyfus, had Sonny Bono in it, and not only that, to my knowledge, it's like the first time we get to introduce to Harry Potter. Troll.
Oh, Lord.
But that thing was crawling with creatures, man.
You know, it was, and here's a little backstory.
Terrible movie.
I was at a sleepover with this dude that lived down the street from me, and his mom came home with the video store with Troll, and they're like, oh, the guy behind the counter said it's just like E.T. Yeah, imagine that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a stretch. Okay.
But I just remember how fucking weird that movie was.
Oh, it is.
Weird.
It is. But the thing is I have had the unlucky pleasure of watching it within the last probably 2 years. And that was like, oh my God, the main character in it is Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
The Potter family is the one who buys,
Yeah.
the house, and you know what I mean? And it was a rental
Apartment
unit,
building,
yeah. And it was funny because there's like Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and like she's got to be like 20 or whatever in it, and it's just funny. It's a funny movie, but yet again, that is one of those movies that I think is really trying to take itself seriously.
Yes.
And and you watch it and you're like, ah, God. But then you think about it like as a kid in 84, 85, whenever that film came out. That was pretty wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was pretty.
And I remember the cover art was just like the Troll this much
holding the
with
ball. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was beautifully presented, but
It was.
But the actual product was not so
No.
good. No. But if I could remember any or knew any of the creatures on VHS covers, man, you'd go around and you'd see the funkiest shit. Like the horror section was kept in the back of the store.
Yeah.
Kid shit was in the front of the store.
Always.
And I'm talking about
Always.
mom and pop shops, not
Yep.
Blockbuster
Or
any of
Errol's
that
then.
bullshit. Not even them, but I'm
No.
just talking like Keggles in Westminster was a big one.
Yep. Yeah.
I remember you walk down steps to get into it, and it had tapes behind glass for sale because that's how fucking much they were back then.
Yeah, they were.
That
75,
they needed to
80
be
bucks.
under glass.
Yep. Yep.
And they had laser discs all over the place.
It's a name I haven't heard in a long time,
Yeah.
but 80s were great because we also got a boatload of remakes
Like
of
the Blob.
and
Invaders from
Mars, yeah, which were a boatload of remakes from the old 50s, late 40s, 50s sci-fi.
Right. You could even put The Thing in that.
Oh,
era.
yeah, that was
You know,
that was a great movie too.
A remake.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Except not exactly.
No, it was just enough,
It-
different enough,
But it's a damn near perfect movie.
It is. Oh no, it's one of the best.
John Carpenter, the man.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
We saw in our Big Trouble in Little China episode.
But yeah, that was a great, essentially a remake. The Fly
Yeah.
with
But David Cronenberg, I mean, he gave his own spin to that. And that's the thing. You had ones that were taken seriously. Invaders from Mars, not taken seriously.
but almost a shot-for-shot retelling
Yes.
of the original,
Yes.
which was very cool.
But then you had the Blob that was taken probably even more serious than the original.
You're
and
right
it
about
was a
that.
damn
You are
good
right
movie.
about that. That was.
That
it was much
actually
more-
made it creepy. I remember watching the black and white one.
That was
and-
that was just people running from one side of the screen
Right.
to the other.
But
That's
then when
all
they
it
did
was.
the remake, it was like, it's disturbing.
Mhm.
And I mean, now older, I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's Lovecraftian.
Very much so.
Just a
Very much so.
morally devoid creature come to kill us.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
There's nothing but hopelessness.
But yet again, those were movies that were brought home from the video store
Yes.
on a regular in some cases, to watch or rewatch, what have you. So to me, there's always going to be that special part of those films.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I watched the 50s and 40s horrible, them,
Oh, yeah.
The Thing.
Night of the Lupus. Or Lepus, sorry.
Yeah.
Lupus is something else.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
Sorry. Completely sorry. But no, I watched those, and then when the remakes came out, I remember like bugging my mom and, I want to see this. I want to
But
see
that
this.
goes back to what we've said before, where we're in this iconoclast, or whatever. We're in this old generation with the new generation.
Yeah, we
and
are.
We're stuck in the middle.
We're the bumper.
We grew up every day watching I Love Lucy. We have a sensibility to that still to this day.
You're right about that. You are. You're right. You are completely 100% accurate.
Because syndication for us was shit.
Well, we really got the first
50s
real
and
syndication.
60s, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got some 70s, but not a lot.
Well, no, we got the Andy Griffiths, we got the I Love
Yeah.
Lucy's, and we got the Happy Days. If you're going to say 70s, that's probably the closest.
Yeah, but
you know,
Happy Days even ran into our generation. You know,
It
with
did. Well, that was the interesting thing about Happy Days. You could
Same
watch it
thing
on
with Love Boat.
syndication.
Right.
You know what I mean? From the earlier episodes, and then tune in on Wednesday night or whatever it was, and there's the new episode.
Right.
We had the same thing with the Jeffersons, and even to a certain extent,
Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son, and All in the Family.
All in the Family.
Yep.
I mean, I remember watching Chico and the Man. But anyway, that has nothing to do with
what we're
fucking
doing.
monsters,
Yes.
except the 70s. That's kind of freaky.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That was more Nehru Vest, but but anyway, the
macrame. And
the
shit like that.
all that was horrible. It was all horrible, scary in and of itself.
But yeah, we're talking about movies, creature features like Ghoulies,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
one of mine that I talked about was The Gate. That's a freaky
I was
fucking
about-
movie with them little imp things. But because they
Were
used,
creepy.
right, because they used clay. So they got that
Yes!
shit going on.
Yeah.
Like where they slam the arm of one in the fucking door and then it falls
Yes.
and turns into all these little arms and like goes under the.
I remember being like scared shitless when I saw The Gate the first time. That was.
But I can say I was even scared of Large Marge.
Oh, from Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I remember that scaring the fucking shit out of me.
Okay, here's the thing, and it was such a hacked up movie. It's a shame, but really, the creature feature movie for me, like that epitomizes it,
Yeah.
was Godzilla 1985.
Yeah.
Because that was a big deal. I mean, it was a big media push. There was a big
Because we were used to watching on black and white on random weekends,
absolutely.
on random sci-fi
Yes.
show
Yes.
case, where it's like, holy shit, it's in color. You know, we
And it's
felt like,
relevant. It's like now. It was
Yeah.
shot in in the last whatever
And
it
then-
was. Yeah.
What was it, 1999 or whatever? We felt that sting.
We're not going to talk about
Okay.
that. We're not going to talk about that. No. I love you, Matthew Broderick, but I will never forgive you for that. Anyway.
And not Luc Besson. What's his name?
Oh,
Jean Reno.
Reno. Yeah. He couldn't even save that.
Because you're like, this is the dude for The Professional. Holy shit, this is gonna rock. And it's like,
Not good. Not good movie.
Soundtrack was okay. But
It was
anyway,
okay. But yeah, but I'm saying though, the 80s were cool with that. Now wait a minute. Was Tremors?
89 maybe?
Because if so, that's probably... And that's a movie? Yeah, oh, fuck it. Even if it's 1991.
Yeah.
That's a movie, honestly and truthfully, that holds up incredibly well.
Yes. They're even talking about making a Tremors show with fucking Kevin Bacon. I mean, they need, what's his name?
Ward.
Yeah, Ward.
Mm-hmm.
But they also need Michael Gross. You
Well,
gotta-
you gotta have.
He's carried that series, and they're still fucking entertaining. You know the budget's low, but that is an actor that you went from seeing on Family Ties to all of a sudden he's got these huge guns in the first one with Reba McEntire, but we didn't really know who she was then.
No, well, we didn't. I mean, I'm sure there's other
But-
people who did, but...
Yeah, total 180 away from...
Well, Tremors 2 was effing hysterical.
Yes.
That was one of the
They've
funniest
all been
movies.
great.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying Tremors 2 kind of has a soft spot because there's some really great lines
Yes.
in Tremors 2, but not only that, it almost kind of reintroduced you back into Tremors.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Because it was a few years.
Because it was a few years, and it was a movie
Probably
you
like a
never
decade.
expected to get a sequel to. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? But
But it's done a great job with creating its own legend, its own mythos within its world.
I love that film.
Big props.
I roll with me too, to this day. To this day. I still watch it. And it's,
Oh, yeah.
and it's still reran. That's the great thing about that.
I
So-
bought the Blu-ray with like the first 4.
Did you really?
Or more than that, where it goes up to the ones where they're in the Old West.
Oh, okay. All right. I know the one. I know the site
Yeah,
you
those
speak
are
of.
good too.
Okay. But anyway, you know.
But yes, the one thing, and there's millions.
Yeah, I'm sure
That's
there's
an
something we
exaggeration.
forgot.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh,
there's
yeah.
hundreds
Yeah,
and
but-
thousands and millions of different things, but we only wanted to
Earth
give
Girls
you
Are
just a
Easy.
little.
No? Oh, sorry.
Jim Carrey's kind of scary in it,
Yeah, it was.
but it got Jeff Goldblum.
And Damon Wayans.
True.
True. Anyway.
But yes, we're just giving you a little snapshot over what some of our favorite 80s creature features were.
And I got to do a Monstrous Monday.
right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Maybe when I run out of time again, because life is the biggest fucking monster of all. It will fucking eat you in a heartbeat and spit you the fuck right back out.
Pretty much.
And then chase you down all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like Michael Myers crossed with a crocodile. Just coming at you.
With a little Freddy Krueger in there.
Yeah, because it'll haunt your dreams too.
Yeah, pretty much.
But fucking anyway. Happy Monstrous Monday, everybody. Stay strong for the week ahead. Keep being rad. Stay dorky. My name's Rob.
I'm Chris.
See ya. Oh, hello. I didn't even see you there. Just catching up on some reading. I hope you enjoyed this episode of My Side of the Laundry Room Live. If you did enjoy it, if you like it, if you love it, if you need it, click the subscription button. It's that simple. Just click it and you will be updated via email whenever we post a new video. And if you like what you see here, please head over to mysideofthelaundryroom.wordpress.com. And guess what? You can subscribe there too. And you'll be hit up anytime via email whenever I do anything new, whenever I talk about the glorious 80s stuff that we love. Comic books, video games, movies, toys, cartoons, you name it, it's there. So please subscribe here and there. Keep being rad and stay dorky.